Hey guys, this is Ravenclaw What If. Welcome back to another What If story. Yeah, I was procrastinating for a little bit here. I got occupied playing Skyrim, so that's why it's still episode so late. Anyways, let's cut right into this What If. After the events at the forest training ground, Ryuko suggested it would be best to stay home for the current time until the tournament. As Ryuko stops the car in front of the Yaoyorozu residence. Izuku, are you alright? Why are you fidgeting? Fidgeting? Yeah, that's hard to say, but nevertheless, let's continue. The simple fact that I got into another altercation when I went on my own again. If I'm lucky, she doesn't know about it. Nothing about it. Sorry. Izuku hears a knock on the car window. As he turns around, turns to the side, whatever. As he sees Momo, as she has both her hands on her hip, have this serious expression on her face. As Ray, as Reiko kind of, well, give me a second here, guys. As Reiko finds his situation humorous, good luck on that, Izuku. I'll see you later, Ryoko. As Izuku gets out of the car, as Izuku stares at Momo, as her face expression changed from angry to relief, as she jumps towards Izuku, giving him a big hug. I'm so relieved that you are back unharmed. As she whispers the next thing in his ear, don't worry, my mother is handling those bastards. The ones that target you. They won't be bugging you anymore. You can count on that. Unfortunately, I can't have them killed, but no matter. My mother will make their life a living hell. This incident proves that I shouldn't leave your side. You tend to get yourself in trouble a whole lot, dear. I was hoping you didn't hear about that. Sorry to burst your little bubble, love. Anything that evolves around you, I will always know about. Come on, let's get inside. As Izuku spend the next couple weeks with Momo, pretty much attached to his hip, Izuku knows Momo can get quite abrasive, jealous, overbearing sometimes, but he knows he knows she means well. They've known each other for a very long time, since they were kids. Izuku, hold on to my hand as they're walking around, the manor and all that, just doing normal stuff. As we cut to the, we cut to the next, sorry. We cut to a day after a couple weeks spent just around the manor, not doing much. Give me a second here, guys. As we cut, as we cut to Momo and her mother, Mrs. Yaoyorozu, drinking some tea in one of their dining rooms. How have you been, dear? I've been busy of late. I've been doing good, outside of my dear fiance getting in trouble every 5 seconds that I'm not around. I got to admit, that boy seemed to attract trouble no matter where he goes. Indeed. At last he wasn't at least he wasn't in the hospital this time. I just like seeing him in that state. As all the lights flicker, yeah, it's just basically as all the lights flicker in the manor from in and out. Speaking of my fiance, I guarantee he has something to do with this. Please excuse me, mother. As Momo runs around the manor trying to find Izuku, several windows start to rattle as a gust of wind goes through the manor. As Momo oh, sorry, calculate where the wind is originated from. As she looks out towards the yard, in one of many of the backyards, they have it separated off. They have a couple, let's say around like three, just for why not? When Momo got to the yard where Izuku was, she sees Izuku has his two hands hovering over a wind bubble or a wind orb, swirling it around to conduct electricity. As she sees her dad off to the side watching. Dad, what's going on? Helping my future son-in-law and develop some techniques. I miss those days. I was always good coming up with some interesting techniques. I've always had a keen eye on cork training. Keep going, my boy. You're doing good. Dad, this is way too dangerous. I don't want him in the hospital anytime soon. Relax. Nothing's going to happen to him. Nothing's going to happen to the boy. Don't tell me to relax. As Izuki was concentrated on what he was doing, he hasn't noticed Momo's presence. He's too occupied. Izuku noticed, sorry. Izuku did notice in the wind orb as a small orb of electricity is inside. It's getting brighter and brighter as his eyes widen. Shit. As the small electric orb detonated, as Izuku got thrown backwards, hitting into several trees. Immediately when Izuku blew back into several trees, pretty much what I just said, Momo rushed over there to see if he was alright. Izuku, how many fingers I'm holding up? Oh, my head. 3. No, you shouldn't move. As Izuku tried to get up. When Izuku got up, he immediately fell back down. Before he could hit the ground, Momo caught up and helped him back up. Come on, Izuku, I'm taking you back to my room. For you to rest. And father, this is the last time this happens. He could have been seriously injured. This is not over, father. We're going to have a long discussion about this. Very well, daughter. As she carefully guides Izuku to her room, as she places him on the bed gently, as she wraps her arms around him, as she's lying down with Izuku, as she turns around to face to him, promise me you won't do that again. You don't have to worry, Momo. I won't be doing that anytime soon. I'm not physically hurt. I'm just exhausted. If I didn't condense my sorry. If I didn't condense my this is really hard to say for some reason. Give me a second. If I didn't cushion my impact, that would have been bad. That would have hurt pretty bad. You idiot. Don't allow my dad to talk you into things like that. I knew it was a bad idea. What were you trying to do anyways, love? I was trying to figure out a way to able to use electricity that my wind generates into a new fighting technique. I need to go back to the drawing board on that. It's far too unstable the way I was doing it. I want you to take it easy until the tournament. You can you do that for me, please? Yeah, I could do that for you. Despite you almost killing yourself, I do like how you I do like how you've been so affectionate. I suppose I can overlook this time. Just don't make it a habit of it, dear. You really scare me, and I just don't know what I'm gonna do with you sometimes. I'm sorry, Momo. As Momo snuggles with Izuku, as Izuku spends the rest of the day until the rest, sorry, not rest of the day, rest of the time until the tournament, taking it easy as Momo pampering him the whole time until the tournament finally came across, began basically. He hasn't tried that again after the night, seeing Momo's scared expression. Even Izuku thought it was a bit crazy for him. Oh, crazy for him to try at his current level. That technique is far too advanced for him for now. The day of the Cork Blast tournament has finally arrived. As Momo and Izuku step up to the register counter and fill out their application to enter the tournament once they got to the stadium. As the register clerk informed Izuku and Momo how this tournament works, the first phase of the tournament, everyone will be transported to a battle test area field with forest terrain. They simply have to outlast the time limit to pass on to phase 2 of the tournament. Izuku couldn't get any more information about this phase 1 of the tournament. He didn't really expect that it was going to be a forest terrain. Seems the UA is pulling all the stops for this tournament. As they start to gather the competitors for the tournament, as Izuku sees a familiar face. Well, well, it isn't the wind bastard himself. Glad you're I'm glad your grace was your presence. Gracious was your presence, basically. How's it going, Sparkles? As Bakugo walks up to Izuku, crackles explosion in his hands. As Bakugo has a cocky grin on his face, as they stare each other down. Now, boys, there'll be plenty of time of that for that. What information did you get on the tournament, Bakugo? Nothing much, outside of something about survival in the forest. Those bastards. Same here. As they start to gather everyone on the bus to the battle terrain area they built specifically for this tournament, a few hours has passed as they get to the battle forest training area as they gather all the competitors. Attention, everyone. I am pro hero Ryoku. So, Ryoko, yeah, I butchered that, but I fixed it. But nevertheless, I'll explain how this is going to work. In 40 minutes, everyone here will be running into the forest. What you need to do is very simple: survive. First stage of the tournament is going to weed out the numbers a little bit. Don't worry, we have medical on standby in case any of you get seriously injured. Good luck to you all. You're sure going to need it. Several pro heroes are going to hunt you down. Myself, Endeavor, and Pro Hero Racerhead. Your job is to evade capture until the time limit hits 0. Everyone gather around and take one of these watches. As you can see, it has the time limit on it. Teamwork would be essential for the first phase of the tournament. So I suggest you pick out your teams. As Izuku, Bakugo, and Momo decided to form a team, 40 minutes has passed as they went into the forest, beginning the tournament. 20 minutes later in the tournament, Izuku and the rest of his group hears heavy footsteps. Judging by the sound, it's pretty big, as several competitors from the tournament start running in the opposite direction where Izuku is heading. Everyone, get behind the trees now. As they see Ryoko in her dragon form chasing all the competitors that she sees, she's clearly having a little too much fun with this. While Ryoko's chasing the competitors, rounding them up, as the Razorhead jumps out of the trees and wraps them around his scarf, or several with his captor tape and several with his scarf. Despite Momo and Izuku protests to avoid Ryoko, but Izuku knew deep down that Bakugo would never run away from a fight. So Bakugo did what Bakugo always does. He rushed forward to attack Ryoko. Goddamn idiot. If that idiot wants to fight so bad, let him. Let's go deeper into the forest, dear. Alright, I'm following, Momo. There's nothing we could do about it now. So let's go. While Momo and Izuku were running deeper into the forest, Izuku saw a burst of fire heading towards their direction. By instinct, Izuku pushed Momo out of the way from being hurt by the fire. As a firewall blocks Izuku from Momo. As the devil walks out of the shadows of the forest to face his prey. Come out here. Oh, sorry. Get out of here, Momo. I'll be fine. You better not get captured. I want to face you in the tournament, love. As Momo runs deeper into the forest. No more running, boy. Let's get this over with. Endeavor. Make this less painful for you and surrender, and I really don't have time to babysit you, kid. Well, where's the fun in that, Mr. Number Two? As Endeavor skulls, well, pretty much gives Izuku not a nice look. Scowls, what I was going for. Before Endeavor could interrupt Izuku's sentence, Izuku bursts in a, what's the proper, basically, blurring speed by using his wind as he lands several fast combination strikes on Endeavor. Normally, that attack would have sent someone flying, but Endeavor only simply stepped backwards a couple steps as he wipes the blood off his face. Interesting. I guess I could play with you for a little bit, kid. Without warning, Endeavor threw fire at Izuku as he just had enough time to throw a wind shield around himself. Sorry. Few seconds later, he cancel out his fire by bursting all the wind surrounding him with his wind barrier, canceling it out. Izuku barely had enough time to block as Izuku goes flying into several trees. Damn. He's not called the second number hero for nothing. This is bad. Before Endeavor could attack Izuku further, a flashbang falls from the trees, while Izuku shields his eyes from the flash. Someone grabbed his hand. When his vision returned as he sees Momo, as Bakugo rushed past to engage Endeavor. You actually think I was to leave you behind? Not a chance. We're a team, Izuku. The timer on their watches hit 0, as there was an announcement for the first phase of the tournament has been completed. As the watches direct them to the running viewpoint, as they finally get back to the entrance, we have all the pro heroes are waiting for them to see who passed and who's going to the next phase of the tournament. As Rico sees the remaining competitors, congratulations to you all for passing the first stage of the tournament. The second stage will begin tomorrow. Please get on a bus. We'll have you head to the nearest hotel near the stadium. As she places a hand on Izuku's shoulder, you did good. Not a lot of people could go head to head with Endeavor. If it wasn't for Momo, it probably would have been bad. Why don't you head to the bus? You must be tired. I'm proud of you, Izuku. Thanks, Ryoko. As Momo wraps her arms around Izuku's as they get onto the bus, Sometime after waiting for everyone to get on, Izuku, kind of fell asleep a little bit because he's tired. Fighting Endeavor, that was quite a interesting fight. And Izuku know that if the fight dragged on, he would have been captured. As Bakugo sits right behind Momo and Izuku, such a letdown. I couldn't have, sorry, such a letdown. I didn't even have a chance to fight this number two hero. Izuku, you good? Quiet, he's sleeping. Whatever, rich girl. How is he holding up, anyways? He's fine. He's just tired. I don't know why I had trouble saying that. When Izuku finally woke up on the on the bus, as the bus stopped at the entrance of the hotel. Where are we? At the hotel, dear. As they got out of the bus, as Momo walk up to the clerk and get the room key, as she drags Izuku to their room, as Momo places her arms around Izuku while they're laying on the bed, as they fade into a deep sleep, as Momo is laying in the bed, well, the next morning, as Momo is laying in the bed, stroking his hair between her fingers until he wakes up. Morning, my darling. Morning, Momo. What time is it? Still early, love. We don't have to be at the stadium until later today. Let's get dressed and order some breakfast to our room. As she pulls Izuku in a passionate kiss. After Izuku after Izuku got dressed, as after they ate breakfast, they check out to the hotel on their way to the stadium, second stage of the Cork Blast tournament. Momo and Izuku well, basically they're heading to the tournament, basically. As they see a older guy harassing three girls, a girl with pink skin and with pink hair, and a girl with short black hair with with some what seem to be ear jacks, as a brunette with a round face with a bob cut. I think she has. I'm not totally sure what her hairstyle's called, but I think it's a bob cut, but I'm not totally sure. My love, wait. You see that piece of trash over there? Take care of him. Why don't you? I don't see why not. By the looks of things, those three girls don't like his company. Come on, girls. I'll show you a good time. As all three of the girls say in unison to leave them alone. Don't be like that, girls. I could show you an interesting time. I'm not a bad guy. Before the guy could say anything else, the guy goes flying into the wall. As the girls notice a gust of wind that came out of nowhere, especially how the day is non-windy whatsoever. It's a clear sky, no clouds in sight. Ezekiel simply walks past the three girls getting a without giving them a glance. As he grabs the man by the throat, lifts him up in the air, and slams him into the ground, leaving a small crater where he lies. Sweetheart, just don't kill him. Understood, dear. As Momo turns around, I hope you three girls are alright. As Momo introduces herself to the three girls introduce herself to Momo. Momo surprisingly were very polite and Mina, Jero, and Uraka ask who is the green-haired boy. Oh, that's my beloved fiance, Izuku. Why don't you introduce yourself? Understood, love. As he's as Izuku drops the man on the ground, pretty much, he's pretty knocked out by now. Understood, love. Pleasure to meet you three. I'm Izuku Midoriya. They talk for a little bit, as Momo finally look at her watch. Excuse us, girls. We have a tournament to attend to. As they begin to walk with them, Momo and Izuku found out that they are entering the tournament as well. They were at the forest last night, but they were nowhere near where Izuku was, or Momo. The three girls noticed how strong Izuku was. Mina asked him if he had a super strength quirk. That's my little secret, Mina. Izuku was being very vague about his quirk, not giving out too much information. After all, they're going to be entering the tournament as well. As Izuku thought it would be best to keep very little information about it. If if he faced one of them on one, it's it's his best judgment to keep his his fighting technique and his quirk sealed for now. It's bad enough that Bakugo knows of his quirk and his fiance. He knows his quirk is, and he full know he full on knows that those two know what his quirk is and what he could somewhat do. Izuku knows his friend is going to be a tough fight, and that's not even including Momo. His fiance might not have a flashy quirk, but with her intelligence and with her creation quirk, she could be very dangerous when she wants to be. And Momo's no slouch when it comes to hand-to-hand combat. After all, he just met these three girls. He has no idea what type of quirks they have. It's best to be cautious to see how much information. Be cautious to how much information he gives out. They could easily come out. They they could easily come out with a strategy to defeat him, and he knows that. And he's not stupid. There's there's going to be too many unknown factors in this tournament. He can't afford to let his guard down. As that's where we're going to stop it. I hope you guys have a good night and day, judging my time zones, and I'll catch you in the next video.